for the qualifiers of semi-final number 2. I'm sat on a comfy two-seater sofa in the media center right now, and I just thought I'd give my last prediction. I think this semi-final is so impossible to predict. There were 2 big surprises, to me 2 to 4 big surprises depending on how you count it, whether it's the 2 out being a surprise or all 4, 2 being out, 2 being a surprise. In semi-final 1 and for semi-final 2, I have been thinking from the start that it's harder to predict, so I don't even know what to think now. It's really difficult to predict, but I thought I'd give you my best guess as to the predicted qualifiers 1.5 hours before the show starts today. And I'm going to go in order from most likely to least likely because that makes more sense to me now at the last moment, and last time I did this, I did it from least likely to most likely, so switching up. In the first place, I've got Finland. I think Erika Wickman is qualifying, no question about that. She not only is just a super performer, she is also just really professional. Like, she does this perfectly, and she's also performing last, so it's going to help. Not that she needs it, but it also is pretty poetic to finish with Ich komme. I think she's definitely qualifying, no worries about her. Erika is qualifying to the final. Second spot, I've got JJ, Austria, Wasted Love. Obviously, one of the favourites, 2 favourites to win the contest outright, so if he doesn't qualify, we'll all be so shocked. But no, I think the staging really works. It's pretty dramatic, it stands out. He's also not very early on, 6th is fine. And I think, the vocal is really, really good. A lot of people will be impressed by it. You don't even need a professional jury member to be impressed by it. Yeah, I think Austria's qualifying. Third spot, I've got Israel. I think that explains itself. There will be votes coming from people who don't even watch Eurovision for them because of the world. So, yeah, Israel's qualifying. I've got Czechia in the 4th spot. Adonis with Kiss Kiss Goodbye. I really like the staging. Some people are saying this could be our shock non-qualifier. I really hope that isn't the case because I really, really like it. It's black and white throughout with red for the dance break, but there's also a mini dance break before then. I think it makes perfect sense. And I think this is just great. So I really don't see a world in which Adonis doesn't qualify. His voice is also catching, captivating. He starts off with the really low register and does really high notes at the end. It's just impressive. So I really don't see a world in which Czechia doesn't qualify. In the 5th spot, I've got Australia. This is a really fun opener, and I think there'll be people voting for it just because it's fun, and like there might be some children asking their parents to vote for it just because of the milkshake theme, and he does a really cool slide at the end of the performance, which I think definitely elevates it. Yeah, I think Australia is qualifying. In the 6th spot, I've got Malta a little bit low because I've been hearing strange vocals from her, and I'm not sure if it's actually from her or if there's a backing vocalist who's not doing it, but I've seen this twice in the arena live now, and the do re mi fa so serving bit is strange, and that gives me pause, but I think the rest of the performance is just too bombastic to ignore. It's definitely going to work out in terms of qualifying, but if that vocal continues, I don't know what the end result will be in the final. And now we're getting into dangerous territory. In the 7th spot, I've put in Lithuania. They are my winners this year, so maybe I'm biased, but I think they are just so unique, stand out. They're not super early on either, which could put them in more danger. This is the only song of its genre. It's the only rock band song at all at Eurovision this year. Yeah, I think this is qualifying. I will be devastated if it doesn't, because I need Catharsis to get to the final so that they get more recognition in Europe and they can do a European tour and come to Hamburg, ideally. I've told them already that they should come to Hamburg. In the I don't even know, 8th spot, I've got Latvia. I think they are once again very unique, very stand out. It doesn't help them that Remember Monday is 3 songs later or something like that, but I don't think it's gonna help them enough to make them non-qualify either. So yeah, it's just really magical. Their harmonies are always perfect. They perform really slickly. The tales are interesting, but maybe people will vote for it because it's funny to them. I don't think Latvia's in so much danger, but maybe a bit. I don't know. This is, yeah, as I said, this is dangerous territory. I'm really not sure anymore. In the ninth spot, once again, maybe this is wishful thinking, but I have put Sisal, Denmark, and I really wish that Denmark could qualify this year. That would be fantastic. Because Sisal is putting so much work into this. I haven't put it any higher because I still found the staging minimally underwhelming, but it's okay enough to qualify. Like, not okay enough, it's better than okay. I couldn't even do anything mildly like that, and I also haven't seen the cuts on the camera feed, so maybe that is just gonna elevate it enough that it's a secure qualifier. Come sick for something in the semi-final, that's possible, but I haven't been quite convinced yet. I wish it could be. However, I still think Sisal will qualify. I hope so. I will be so devastated if she doesn't, because she keeps saying, I don't care if I'm 26th, I just want to go to the final. So I do hope that she'll go to the final. I'm allowed to vote tonight, so I will just send her a vote. Just symbolically, kind of, because I want to vote for Catharsis just in case they don't go through, but I will also be sending her a vote tonight. And then the 10th spot, this is genuinely so difficult. I'm really not happy with this prediction at all, but I also don't know how else to do this. In the 10th spot, I've got Serbia with Prince and Mila. I think there's just an audience for this. I think he might slip through. I think he's done a really good elevation of staging. It's really quite impressive. Even the dragging him by his legs bit, while absurd, probably works because it makes it memorable. So, yeah. I think Prince is also qualifying from semi-final 2, which means that my non-qualifiers are Luxembourg, Greece, Armenia, Ireland, Montenegro, and Georgia. And I am so ready to be wrong, because I was wrong even with semi-final 1, and that seemed more predictable. I got 2 wrong there. I am almost ready to have like 4 wrong here. Honestly, this is really difficult to predict. Regarding Luxembourg, I think she's gonna kind of butt heads with Emmy for the like childish or just bubbly fun vote, despite the outfit reveal. But I do really like what they've done with the staging in terms of her starting out as a doll with like actual big hands being in the dollhouse around her at the start. Like, I do think they've done a good job at elevating the staging. I'm not quite sure if it's actually enough though yet, so I don't know. I'm gonna be apprehensive. That's why I've got it in 11th. But I think if anyone else messes something up tonight, she is the first one to be jumping up. And in the 12th spot, I have got Greece. I know this is really loved in the community. I personally don't really get it, and I am trying to keep my biases out of this prediction. However, I think the staging is just a little bit static, and her vocal is great, but I don't know how casuals were in the song. Not many people actually speak Greek. Yeah, I don't actually know. And to me, the staging isn't wow enough, truly is enough to counteract potentially people not fully vibing with the song. So I think I'm putting it in 12. I'm questioning everything. I'm like, no, of course Grace is qualifying right now. No, I've got it in 12. This is my final prediction, but this is so difficult to predict. And in the 13th spot, I've got Armenia. I think he has done a lot of elevation as well for this, and I think there's a very, very good chance that he could also make it if something else happens that's completely out of the blue or something. Yeah, it really works. He really is this character of a survivor, and the running, what is it called? Treadmill? Is it a treadmill? I don't know. I'm so exhausted. But that thing is really impressive. That he keeps sort of getting to the edge while standing still and then not actually falling off. It looks really cool every time. So I think he has got a pretty decent chance of actually qualifying if someone else slips up. But I've still got him in 13th because I think this semi-final is so unpredictable. I'm so sorry, I can't speak. But I think it's really unpredictable, this semi-final. And I don't know what else could happen. However, I do think the song is fundamentally just a little bit generic and weak to get enough people to actually vote for it, which is why I have got it in the non-qualifiers section. In the 40th spot, I've put Ireland, Emmy with Like a Party. It's nice. They've done a really, really good job. at deluxifying the staging. However, Emmy is static, Erlund is static, the dancers dance, but you almost don't notice them in a way, which is really sad. I like the cat astronauts on the frame. But I'm worried some people might be annoyed by Emmy's vocal, and I'm not sure that the song is great enough. I also don't particularly like using lyrics about Leica in this manner. So I am saying it's a non-qualifier right now, but I am really not confident about anything. It's also really early on in the running order, which I think doesn't help it. So yeah, I'm saying it's a non-qualifier right now. In the 15th spot, and this hurts my heart, I have got Montenegro. I do think we could have no Balkans in the final, because there's a risk for Prince, or like, depending if we count Albania, maybe just them. But Dobrodošli is fantastic. Nina Žižić sells it brilliantly. She's been put in the deaf slot though, and like it's not as big a deal in the semi-finals as it is in the final. But like, I just think this is not very likely to qualify because the staging is a little bit static. She just basically walks forward. I hope I'm wrong once again, but I don't see space for it in the final with this semi-final lineup, unfortunately, right now. And then the 16th spot, I've got Georgia. I think they've elevated the song well enough, but I think the sentiment among Eurovision fans is just so negative towards the song that I don't know that any amount of casual fan love could counteract that, and there are better ballads. She is not helped out by Luan performing directly after her, despite people not being able to vote for Luan. But there are other ballads, such as Esteramata and Mila, in the final. So I don't see a way forward for this. Georgia doesn't have a particularly massive diaspora anywhere. So yeah, this one is the only one where, like, I'm not actually sure that it's dead on arrival, but I'm the most sure. And if the staging hadn't been elevated this much, I would have been even more sure that it's not qualifying. But yeah, based on what we see right now, I think it might. That's the least likely to qualify. And I'm so ready to be so wrong about so much of this. This semi-final is so unpredictable. But that is my best guess. An hour and a half for the show. Having seen it twice live in the arena and kind of looking at the TV feed sometimes, but not most of the time. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below, or just tell me how wrong I was if you're watching this after the semi-final. Yeah. That's all I've got to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, this live stream even. I will see you in the next one if that shows up on your feed. Bye!